What's up everybody, my name's Axfield. Thank you so much for joining me back into Foundation as I'm going to continue to build my medieval fantasy city. So I'm going for today's episode, I want to carry on just basically increasing the profits. That's for me like a really high priority. So I want to like really improve my trades, and then from there I want to also see if we can introduce the first commoners and just really let the population grow. So I've basically off screen I've decided to build the breach over here. I'm going to upgrade this breach on a later stage to a stone breach, but I just thought, you know, I was getting tired of this blueprint that was just hanging here. So I decided to just build that breach in any case. Now we've pretty much reached the total density that we can at this stage for the houses. There's only a few slots left where people can still move in. So I'm going to have to very soon maybe increase the density for the houses on this side. So I'm going to have to look into that. And then also additionally, we've got the refined food, and then we've got one of the, what do you call it? The rustic food. That's right. So we've got the rustic food and the refined food. We've got one market stall of each of those. I'm going to just switch this over to berries. Now I want to add myself another market stall that will actually sell the fish. So then we've got two stalls that will sell the rustic food. And I'm going to let them just go back to back like this. Let's just place it like that, and I'm going to invite those people. Yeah, that's going to look pretty good. So I'm going to place it like this. We do need cloth, however, but in any case, I'm going to just go ahead and place that. I do want to set up my sheep farms also very soon, and I'm going to just go ahead and place myself another fisherman's hut. We can place it right over here. I want to space it out a little distance away from each other just to make it look more natural. There we go. And I need to open up this territory, so let's just check this out. So my levy, the debuff that I got from the levies are already gone, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do another levy over here, and then I'm gonna purchase this territory. Now this is just gonna make it a little bit easier for the wood chopping. Let's just increase this brush size. There we go. Right, so they can just go ahead and chop away all of these trees. And now from here, I need to look for a location where I can place my first sheep farm. I need to start producing some cloth. Now I first need to unlock the clothing production, so let's do that. And then I need to look for a location for the sheep. I'm not really sure where I want to place this, to be honest. We do have a lot of space on this side, but I do need to open up these territories first before I can go that way. I probably will move the sheep farms on a later stage. Yeah, this is a tricky one. Really trying to figure out where I'm going to place this. Let's just give the clothing, let's just put that on pause for now. And I want to see, maybe I can import it. Buy, yeah. Okay, so let's just buy up until we got 10. Then we can at least build that market stall. I'm going to wait until I can maybe purchase another territory, this one specifically. And then we can do maybe the sheep farms, we can make it, bring it up towards this side. Yeah. Alright, so how much polished stone do I've got now? 15 already. So we've got enough now to build the iron smelter. So I'm going to just go ahead and do that. And then from there, we need to also build the blacksmith, which I'm going to squeeze in probably right next to this structure over here. Now we've got enough polished stone for these two structures. So I'm going to go ahead and just place these two. So then we can start with our first tool production. And this is going to help us a lot also just to get financially ahead. Because with me importing the tools, it really costs a lot. I'm going to just let the screen also run at fast forward. We've still got 9 unemployed people, so I'm thinking, you know, I actually want to build another lumber camp. Oops, not the stone cutting camp. A lumber camp. Let me just see. There we go. Let's just go ahead and place this over here. I think ultimately, you know, what we can do is maybe when these lumber camps, if they chopped away all of these trees, maybe we can squeeze the sheep farm in here. And we can make like a small pathway in between the wheat farms and the sheep farms. We can just let it go here. And we can either move the lumberjacks a little bit further back, or we can move it up towards this side. That's also an option. I most probably will do that, or we can use this little patch over here to just get all the wood. I don't know, we've got a few options, basically. So I want to also just check that we've got workers for each of these places. Enough workers. I've got a lot of available workers, so I want to try and use them in every place that I can. I want to add myself another forester's hut. But let's just leave that for now until I can decide where I really want to have my wood cutting. Let's just do another gatherer's hut over here. We can do some extra berries, definitely. Okay, so there we've got 3 additional woodcutters. That's going to help us tremendously. Right, and we can add ourselves another market tender. And with this stall we can do the fish. I'm not going to sell the bread, as I've mentioned before. I'm going to just let the bread accumulate for now. And speaking of that, I need to build myself a windmill. I want to kind of keep it all together, so let's just maybe place it like this. And then we can also place bakery. I think we can place also right next to this one. You see, because we've got our granary over here, I think it's going to be good to just keep it all together. It's going to be a very tightly fitted production that we've got going over here. Right, so we can assign 2 iron smelters for ourselves. Now, ideally, they say you need commoners. You can employ serfs, although they pretty much work at half the rate of what the commoner would. So just bear that in mind. Your production is going to be 50% slower. If they tell you you need a commoner and you employ a serf over there, then it's going to just really push your production down. Now, I'm very tempted to bring in the first commoners, but we do need to have our clothing production set up first. Ideally, you would want to have that as well. And we need 2 types of rustic foods. Okay, there we go. It's another 3 forages. We've still got 2 available workers, so let's just see if we can... Yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and assign both of them. Yeah, the blacksmith. Oh, there's actually just 1 left. Okay, well, either way. I've got another worker coming in there. And I think I'm going to just go ahead and sign them there as a fisherman. Now, let's just see how much space... Oh, we've got a few houses left over here. Okay, cool. I'm going to just let them maybe start building a watchtower over here. See, these watchtowers I'm going to tear down on a later stage. Once we've got the village wall, the village walls or the city walls, once I've got that built, we're not going to need any of these towers. I'm probably just going to have maybe 4 of these ones, which is technically a watch post, but it does look like towers that's defending the town. Oh, now that people are happy we're producing our first tools over here. Yeah, so that does give us an additional 10% happiness. Now my coin is running very low at the moment, as you can see. Maybe seeing that we're boosting the happiness a little bit, I'm going to just boost or push the tax up a little bit further. I'm thinking of just getting like another hunting cabin and another butchery, just so that we can push the meat sales. We get such good money for that, so let's maybe do that. Just want to see, where is the entrance of this hunting hut? Oh, okay, on both sides. So we can pretty much just do it like the same as this one. Doesn't cost a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead with it. And then let's just check what we need for the butchery. Only 10 coin, 3 tools, 10 planks. Okay. So we've got pretty much everything we need for that. Now I want to build these 2 structures additionally because, yeah, as I've mentioned, the meat just gives such good money. I don't know if I'm going to get to the castle with today's episode, but I'm going to try and get to the level where we can just build the first initial structure so that we can start building up some kingdom influence. I think it would be good if I can just get that going. I only got 6 coin on my name. Yeah. I can induce a new or reinstate another levy mandate in a short while. But I don't want to push it too far. Okay, so you can see it takes really long for the ground to heal if there was a lot of structures and stuff. But you can see it's starting to get more green over here. And this is the space that I'm going to use for more residential buildings. I think I should maybe just do that in any case. Oh my goodness. Okay, so they want us to sell to them 100 wheat and then we get 150 coin. You know what? I think I'm going to just go for it because I do have that in stock. I so badly wanted to use that just to improve my trade route, but now I'm really short of coin, so I'm going to just accept that trade. Yeah. Let's just do that. Okay, that's just going to help me to stay afloat for a little while longer. Okay, so our watch post is established over here. Now we still need to color this in as a patrolling area. So let's just do that maybe now, and I'll probably have to just assign another patroller over here. So I think they're close enough to cover all of this area. The patrollers with the 1 watch post over here. I think it should be fine. It says weak coverage. Partial guard coverage. Okay, we're probably going to need 1 more watchman just to cover everything. Okay, but there we can see the houses are upgrading and we've got a decent amount of wood now. I'm going to need 6 carpenters in both of these sawmills. Maybe I can take away 1 lumberjack in each of those and I'm going to just assign them as carpenters. We've got so much wood in any case, so but we can push the plank production. Also just for the trade's sake. And there we go, another 3 villagers coming in. You see, as long as you've got sufficient housing and your happiness, I would say, is above 70%, then you're going to really see people just flocking in like crazy. We've actually got 4 villagers coming in. 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Okay. So that means we can assign another 2 hunters. I want to assign another watchman over here. Extended guard coverage. Okay, perfect. Right, so maybe... Okay, I'm going to just keep the 1 blacksmith for now. Let's just maybe assign another person here to one of these lumber camps. And we've got 1 more available worker, so yeah, let's just do that as a blacksmith. Oh, actually I used everybody. Okay, never mind. We'll wait for the next group of villagers to come in. Then we'll assign another one to the blacksmith, and I'm going to also then get somebody to work at the butchery over there. So yes, at least we've got now a decent tool production going. And that reminds me, I need to change this up, so I'm going to just stop importing the tools, and we can now also look for somebody that can buy tools. So let's just see with all the trading partners. Okay, so middle, they are willing to buy tools from us, and they will also buy fish. But in order to open up that trade route, we're going to have to sell to them clothing. But let's just go ahead and build this windmill over here, and the bakery, it's also 50 coins. It's quite steep, but I'm gonna just go for it. We need to boost our trading as quick as we can. So I think before I boost the trading, I'm going to rather open up this trade route here to Davenport. Not that there's anything actually that we can sell to them. I mean, I suppose I can sell boars to them. That's probably an option. I most definitely won't sell the bread. Bread is like such a valuable commodity in Foundation. If you've played Foundation for quite some time, you know how quickly people go through the bread. So I just never sell bread. Never. Okay, so we've got our extra butcher and we've got another blacksmith over here, just to help with that whole production. Okay, so the levy debuff is gone, so I'm gonna reinstate another levy. 200 coin. Okay, sweet. That's beautiful. Okay, so now this will allow us to get another territory. Purchase territory. There we go. And I think what I am going to do, let's just do a resource removal over here. I feel so bad doing this, but I'm definitely not going to use any of it. So I might as well. Okay, now also because we've opened up this territory, I can actually do the fence now. So let's just do that. I'm going to extend the fence over here and I want to make it square. So in this way I can force the people to move around the fence. Yeah, I think if I bring it up to there, it should be far enough up. We can just build that and then we can do another one horizontally. Ah, wrong button. Yeah, that looks pretty square. I'm happy with that. So we're going to just do it like that, and then once the fence built, then they're going to force the people to come around this way. And they're going to just start carving out a new road, basically. And it's going to look nice in the long run. It's going to look really nice, this. Now, I know I've extended the fence too far out, but yeah, we'll change that up on a later stage. Now, on the opposite side of this wheat farm, I think maybe I should utilize this space for the sheep. Let's just check this out. So, got a decent amount of coin. I suppose I can set it up. Now, the only problem is I'm moving really far away from my residential area. And if it's too far away, then they simply don't go to work. That's the problem. I'm still trying to think how I'm going to do this. Well, you know what? This is a nice territory. If I unlock this, I think there's just enough space for them to come through towards this side. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm probably going to go for this territory. I'll do my sheep farms on this side then. And they can even stretch up towards this side on a later stage. But I think that's what I'm going to do, because we're going to have a few extra houses over here, which will be close enough for them to get to the sheep farm. Yeah, we've got one available worker. Now currently we've got 73 people staying in the town. We've got a capacity for up to 72 people to attend the church. I'm going to have to extend the church very soon. Now what I was thinking of doing is to build like this nave, which is a little smaller than the major nave. So this is the minor nave, sorry. So I want to do the minor nave, and I want to twist it like this. So ultimately what I want to do is I want to build like a type of a cloister like the monks have got. So I'm going to extend like this upwards, just like this. There. I think I'm going to do it like this, and I'm going to make like a little square piece that's going to come all the way around, all the way back towards this side, and then they can have like a mini cloister. We can do like a small garden in the middle. I think it should look nice, but this will increase the capacity with another 30. So let's maybe do that. Let's just place this. Okay, now we've got another 2 villagers that came in, so let's assign another person as a miller and then one as a baker. Now what I do have to keep in mind, we need water for the bakery, so let's go ahead and set up ourselves a well right over here. In most games, if you place the well so close to an existing water source, they would have told you that the water is going to be of bad quality. But in any case, it doesn't count in foundation, so we're going to go for it. Just placing it down over here. I'm thinking of just building another stonemason's hut over here so that we can produce more polished stones. Because we can also use that as an export commodity. We get the same amount of coin for the polished stone as what we get for the meat. And let's see, so we've got Northbury. They will actually buy the polished stone from us, so yeah, maybe I should just do that. Let's just set up another stonemason's hut right over here. It's only 25 coins, so that's okay. We've got enough money. Here we've got a whole bunch of villagers coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another 4. Okay, this is great. Right, so let's assign 1 more worker there. 2 bakers. And yeah, I think if we've got 4 millers, it should be fine for now. We've only got this 1 wheat farm. Okay, so as you can see, we are in a positive. We are getting, the coin is climbing. But I've got a pretty high tax now for the people. I just want to see. Yeah, they're starting to get a little bit more upset because we're going into the yellow. Yeah, I'll probably have to readjust that on a later stage. Okay, so we've got ourselves another stonemason, and I think what I'm going to do is we can set the polished stone as an export commodity, but I only need to sell it, or I'll only sell it maybe when we get over 40. You see, because the thing is, there's quite a few structures that we are going to have to use a lot of polished stone in the very near future, so I want to just have enough left for when I have to build all those extra structures. So our coin is looking good, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just open up this territory over here, and we can delete whatever resources we've got in this territory. I'm going to just tell my villagers to clear everything out, and so that we can place ourselves a sheep farm. And I'm not going to fence it out as of yet. And we can kind of keep it close to the walked out road that's already there. It will just give it like a natural flow. So we can kind of place it like that. And then what we can do, we can place the secondary production and the tertiary production we can place over here, all closer to where the storage is. Let's do that. Okay, so that's a sheep farm, and then we've got a weaver's hut. and the tailor, we can just place them kind of like here together at the bottom. So now 3 workers, we do get a nice decent extra amount of tax with for every person that comes in. Okay, so I would love to do this extended village edict. I'm already at the prosperity level of where I can unlock it, but I do need 100 coin. Let's just see. Levy mandates. Okay, so the levy mandate's almost gone. Once that's cleared, I'm going to just do another levy mandate. You kind of like live off the levy mandates at the beginning stages of your city. I suppose we could probably add ourselves another tax collector. Now I am going to raise this tower, so yeah, if you were wondering, this tower I'm going to raise on a later stage, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this structure specifically. I want to place here, and then we can extend the Great Hall, we can extend towards the back, and I'll probably place another tower on a later stage towards this side that will form part of the treasury maybe. Okay, so let's just change the roof to red, and you see now we get a capacity for another 2 tax collectors. So that's kind of what I want. And once I've got enough resources, I'll increase the height of this tower. So you can do that, by the way, if you didn't know. If you've already placed the structure, you can increase the height of the monument structures on a later stage. So I've got to bring it up to around about there. That's going to look nice if I do it like that. So then we get a space for another tax collector, then we'll have a total of 4 tax collectors. You know what? Let me see, I've got enough resources to do this. So why not? Let's just raise that up. And our sheep farm has been placed, so let's assign, we've got 3 available workers, so let's just go ahead and assign them. Now my sheep pastures are going to look a little bit sloppy. Okay. I'm going to just do it like this. Let it run all the way down against the lake. Now the sheep pastures, you need a really big size for the sheep pastures. Oh, there we go. It fits in perfectly. Literally just enough space for that. Now, for some reason, I see a lot of people are now moving towards this side. Oh, they're clearing the trees. Okay, never mind. Okay, that road will disappear on a later stage. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay, we've got another 2 villages. So now we've got enough for the weaver hut and for the tailor. At least for 1 extra tailor. Yeah, that's going to cost me 50 coin to change the wool into cloth. Let's just do that. Let's build that. I'm going to just wait for the tailor then. I'll have to just accumulate my coin again. Alright, so the levies are gone now, the debuff, so we can just induce or reinstate another levy. And now we've got enough coin to do the extended village edict, which I'm most definitely going to do. The benefits of these edicts are really phenomenal, so let's look at that. Decrease the cost for every mandate. This is quite nice. Upkeep of production. of building parts are decreased. Trade quantity bonus of 80% from villages from clergy. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one. The bulk trade. Yeah. I think this is probably going to be my best option for the second edict that I want to do. The third one, refund 50% tools. Okay, that's the one I've got. The third one will either be the upkeep of the buildings that I will decrease, or to decrease the cost of the mandate. But I don't do the mandates that often. You see, that's the thing. So I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. But the production, yeah, that's going to help a lot. So, but this is going to be the biggest one, is to increase the trade that we can do. So we'll do the bulk trade. Okay, so they want us to host a berry fair. Probably because we've got 214 berries in storage. So we're going to do it. Hopefully it turns out great. I don't know if there's a way that you can dictate how the fair will go. I suppose the people must just be very happy. Which at the moment, I just reinstated the levies. So the people aren't very happy with me. I can drop the taxes a little bit. So let's maybe do that. This will make the people significantly more happy. Right, so the weaver site is up. We're gonna just assign 2 workers over there. And I've got enough coin now to build the tailor's workshop as well. So that we can also get going. Okay, cloth, clothing, and I suppose I need to just assign wool also here. And let's just see, we've got 60 bread. Okay, this is great. So I think the first thing I want to do is to just open up that trade route to Davenport. It's not going to benefit me at the moment, but I think I'm going to just open it up so that that's done. And then from there, I'm going to use my bailiff. I'm going to use my bailiff to basically improve the trade with Northbury. That's going to be my first thing that I'm going to do once I've got a sufficient amount of bread. We're nearly there. 45 bread. Got another 2 people that came in. So yeah, everything is honky-dory at the moment. We've got a lot of housing space. Yeah, definitely. Plenty of housing left here for the people. Now this house is within reach of the patrolling area. Let's just see. Patrol coverage. Okay, so that is what we're lacking, is the patrol coverage. I was thinking it might be a problem because we've got only 4 people that's patrolling this whole area. And they're coming up and then they go back again. They don't actually go all the way. So this house is not getting the coverage it's supposed to. Maybe I should just do this. Let's extend the patrol coverage a little bit more towards the back. There we go. Okay, so this house, I'm pretty sure it should upgrade now. We've got a patrollers that came past here now. I think what I'll do is I'll maybe just assign 2 tailors for now. Now we're still waiting for the sheep to grow. Now you see this, what is happening here with the grass. I found this to happen sometimes. It's like a type of a glitch, you could probably call it, or a bug, where the grass is just like this whitish, offish color. Sometimes it goes away. If I build structures close to it, it will go away. But now I've got to just live with this. Delighted visitors. Okay, great stuff. Trade. Accumulate 100 wood. Okay, this we can do. And we get a decent amount of coin for that. So I'm going to just accept this quest. And not build anything. Just let the wood accumulate. We've got 81 in storage, so we should be able to achieve that pretty quickly. Improved lumber camps, the goods stall. Yeah, so we should start opening up these as well. You know what, I'm going to just go ahead and maybe open up the goods market, and then we can also just get the first part of the keep. We can unlock that as well. Right, so the goods stall will go right over here. And we're going to mark it with the blue tent. Yeah, I think that's good. Right, so I'm going to just go ahead and place it like so. And let's just unlock that part. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not actually going to focus on building the castle. Continue on my own. I just want to place the first basic structure, right? And then from there we can build rose bushes outside of territory. Oh, okay, of course. I need to unlock this territory first. Alright, okay. Well, let's just leave that for now. Until we've got some more money. Now you see, I need 150 labor splendor to unlock the city fortifications. Now I've got to still determine whether or not I want to use the city walls or if I want to use the stone castle walls. I can unlock them quicker than the city walls, but I don't know, maybe these are better for what I want to do. Or the city walls I can use for this part, and then the castle walls I can use around the actual castle. I think it would be more suitable to have it like that. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and assign ourselves a market tender. I'm going to just say clothing. Not that I think we're going to sell any clothing, to be honest. Until we get our first commoners, that is. And I suppose I need to start getting my first commoners in. I can see my happiness is at a maximum and employment is high. So that's why the people are flocking in. There's plenty of work for them. And I know that's like the immigration factor is the amount of employment that you've got available and the happiness. But trust me, the housing plays also a big role. They don't actually say it. When it comes to the immigration, they don't stipulate that. But I've noticed that the more housing I've got available, the more people will come. If there's no housing, then obviously they just don't come. So it doesn't state it as obviously, but yes, housing plays just as big of a role as the happiness and the employment in order for the people to come in. Right, so we've got our first wool production going, and let's just see, we've got now plenty of bread, so we can send the bailiff out now to just open up the trade route here to Northbury. Now we've got to attach the bailiff office here to the manor. It doesn't have to be attached, but I think I'm going to just go ahead and do that in any case. Add it as a sub building, the bailiff office. Manor observatory. Can you raise it up? Let me just see. Influential village. Right, quantity bonus of 10% from village labor legions. Oh, okay, cool. So they've allowed me now to do 10% more trade with the labor estates. Okay, that's great. All right, so the bailiff office, I have to now just figure out where I want this structure. I'm gonna take that away. I'm thinking of doing this for the bailiff office. Placing a structure like this, maybe also creating like a small garden here for the manor. And we can raise the roof here for the great hall also. Maybe just up to, maybe this should be a little bit higher. Something like this. Yeah, that actually does look nice, I think. Wood not delivered. Oh my goodness. I forgot about the wood. Damn. Okay, never mind. And I had plenty of wood, but in any case. Sometimes there's just too many things going on, and I'm thinking of too many things. So my priority now is for the bailiff office to get built so that we can just send the bailiff out to Northbury just to increase that trade route. Okay, so we do produce a decent amount of refined at this stage, and we've got 2 types of rustic food. As far as I remember, I think we need 2 types of refined food for the commoners, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I usually go for the bread and for the meat. You know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and start upgrading the commoners. We're gonna first have to beautify some houses. So I generally go for these terracotta beach planters because they're really cheap, and it does look nice in the city if you do place them at random places, like this for example. Let's just do one like that. Okay, so we can assign the bailiff now. Click to assign a bailiff. Job, learning speed, happiness is less impacted. Top learning speed is increased by 12%, happiness is less impacted. Oh, these are 2 good ones, I must say, between these 2. I want to maybe go for the job learning speed. Let's maybe go for that one. Alright, so we do have our bailiff now, so from here I'm going to just improve the trade route to Northbury. Let's do that. Here we go. So the bailiff is on his way now. There he is. He's got his fancy little suit on. And there he goes. I still admire how effortlessly the people of Foundation now, they climb these slopes. Like, they climb it as if it's nothing. There he goes. Okay, cool. Oh, obviously I used this guy from the market stall to become the bailiff. Now we've got 11 people available to work here. So I've got to maybe add myself another tax collector. Let's just maybe do another 2. And I'm going to just go ahead and add another butcher as well. Now we can go up here and we can just see where there's still workers needed. Oops. Where's the buildings? There we go. So here with the buildings, we can see where we need people. So for the bakery, we do need some more people. We can add another woodcutter over here. So let's just add a woodcutter. Oh, another miner. Yes, most definitely. And another tailor. I suppose we can do that. And another miller. One more miller. There we go. Alright, and I'm going to just go ahead maybe one more time. I suppose this might be the last time that I'm going to impose the levy. Hopefully. Points levied. Great. So let's go ahead and add a few extra of these trees. Right, so they are all beautified now. And we can now go ahead and start upgrading. So the butchers are the first one that I want to upgrade to commoners. Most definitely. And we can also then upgrade the tax collectors. Maybe just 2 of them I'm going to upgrade to commoners. And then from there, I would maybe do the stonemason. I suppose that would be my next best choice. And we'll upgrade the tailors, maybe 1 tailor and 1 of the weavers. Okay, cool. Right, I can't remember if I... with the polished stone, if I'm exporting that. Polished stone export. Oh yes, okay. Over 40. So currently we've got 34 polished stones, so we're going to be trading with that very soon. But so far everything's coming together very nicely. My coin is increasing, slowly but surely. Once the bailiff comes back after we've improved the trade with Northbury, it's going to make a really big difference. So let's just check this out. So I thought I did. Oh, okay, there we go. Yes, I want to upgrade this, please. I thought I already did that. Need to add another sub building, which is going to be my treasury. Right, so I'm going to place a similar structure to what I've got here for the tax office. And this will form part actually of the treasury, and we're going to get another 360 coin capacity, which will do us fine for now. Population hits 100. Great stuff. Yeah, our growth has actually been very fast, I must say. This is faster than I normally go. I think the layout is just really working for me. Right, but you can see now here also, this whole area has been cleared up, so this makes it now ideal to add some extra residential places. Let's do that. Let's just go ahead and color all of this in. Just want to make a nice square. That's it. And from here we can now start with our tavern. I'm going to kind of go for a simple looking tavern. And I do think this is a good location for it. It's pretty central. Just going to do the basic entrance. Can raise the roof maybe here. Yeah, that's going to look nice. So we can add the second sub building. which will be our service counter. Same looking structure. And then the last one is our berry brewery, which I think would be most suitable here at the back. We've got a capacity for 2 brewers. Let's see. Yeah, I want to maybe have a capacity for 3 brewers. Let's just do it like that. Yeah, it kind of looks nice. I like it. Alright, and then we can look for a spot for the chimney. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna place it right over there. We can increase it maybe a little bit higher. Like that. Perfect. Okay, we've got enough point to build this. I'm gonna just get this going. Because the commoners do need this entertainment, so I'm gonna just go ahead and build this. And you can now see the houses are upgrading to the common houses. It requires so much resources, especially for the planks. But we've got 2 sawmills, so I suppose that's okay. Alrighty, so we've extended our treasury. Yeah, the manor's looking pretty cool. It's almost looking like a little palace, or starting to look like it at least. Oh, access to housing. You see, this is now for the workers that's living too far away. But I've got these houses now that I'm placing, so hopefully it's going to be close enough now. I suppose I can extend the houses maybe a little bit down over here. Great, so we're level 2 trading now with Northbury. I'm gonna just do this. Okay, this will just bring a few more houses closer here to all of the production buildings. I mean, from this angle, the town's looking really solid, I must say. And we're going to bring the city wall around the cliff all the way around to... Not sure how far I'm going to bring it around, but then it's going to come around towards this side. And yeah, it's going to look really cool. Now we've got 10 available workers. There's 3 that I can assign. Actually 5. I can assign some people at the service counter. And 3 I can assign as a berry brewer. But you can see that the meat that we're producing now, we've got a big amount of meat that we're producing because we've got commoners assigned now to the butchery. And they just produce the things so much faster. And I just want to see the meat. Yeah, we're selling that to Northbury. So I'm really eager to wait for the Northbury trader, which is on its way. You're going to see the money that's going to come in now. It's going to be really great. And then I'm going to just use that money to purchase some extra territory. Let's see which territory. Still have to unlock this territory, but I'll probably go for this one over here just to place the initial structure for the castle. Just to get that going. But like I say, I want to do an elaborate castle, so I want to pretty much use that whole open space. So there you go. You can see 70 meat has been sold now for 210 coin, and we've got now 320 coin in our treasury. So this is great. This should be really a priority for you to upgrade your trade routes, especially with Northbury, because they are buying the planks and the meats, and those are your easiest goods to get from the start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the castle keep, and that's literally all I'm going to place. I'm not even going to bother with anything else. Oh, come on. So I want to place that there, and then from here just rose bushes pretty much. There we go. So we're going to get a decent amount of Kingdom Splendor building. With unfulfilled. Oh. Okay, I see. I want to continue. Yeah, let's just continue with that. I'm not going to use the castle now, so I'm not going to even bother adding the other required pieces. These rose bushes are still going to give me the kingdom splendor that I want. I am going to, at a later stage, I'm going to in any ways tear that down and rebuild everything pretty much. I want them to just clear out all of these trees as far as they can. And these are the people from Davenport. Now, I don't have anything to trade with them. That's why they're just walking past, basically. We're setting up a few extra houses over here. Now, I think it's going to go a little bit better with all my production buildings that I've got on this side. Now what's interesting, like normally with the other games that I played, they could scale the slopes. But now I see here, with this cliff that I've got over here, I think it's just a little bit too steep. So they are walking around to get to the destination. Now I'm thinking if I do want to build mines over here at the bottom, it might be a problem. I'm going to probably have to build some houses on this side, maybe going down the slope over here, just to bring them a little bit closer to all of these working areas. But it's looking nice the way it is already, I must say. It's just because of the steep slope, the houses comes out very wonky. I don't know. But since the last update, the houses look really funny. I do hope they can sort this out soon. I mean, look at even this one over here. And it's only for the tier 1 houses, because if I look at these houses, they look okay. I mean, that one's also kind of in the ground, but it does look a little bit better. Although the fence, the stone fence is in the air. So to improve the trade route to Trollmoonshire, we need 50 tools, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And the tools at this stage of the game is such a valuable commodity. Okay, so they want some additional wood. I'm gonna just say agree to that, and let's just stockpile the wood. This time I'm not gonna miss it. Let's just stockpile that. Okay, so they can just stop building everything else that they're building. Okay, so this is what I meant. You can see now the traders are coming around this area over here, which is what I wanted. And it's actually cleared up this road pretty quickly. Now I want to do the wheat and farm improvement so that we can add those extra workers and we can just fill this whole space with wheat. I was thinking of adding a wheat farm to the back, but I think the farm itself is just going to be too far from the houses, so it's not going to be effective. I'll just have to delete this fence over here. Oh man, I made it way too long, unfortunately. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Okay, so that's going to look nice once it's done. And we've got enough wood now as well, so we can fulfill that trade. And I'm going to just let them stop stockpiling the wood. There we go. Okay, so now we've got really good amount of coin. You can see they're 570. So we're really starting to make some good profit over here. And I'm going to just focus on opening up some more territories. We can maybe look to open up that one. I've really got a few choices at this stage. Alternatively, I can move all my wood production towards the side. Okay, well, let's just wait with that for now. Lumber camp improvements. I'm going to just go ahead and do that. And while we've got all that coin, you know, it's maybe a good idea to improve my labor influence. And the best way to do it, of course, is with the rose bushes. There we go. Got currently 56 labor splendor, so let's see, we need 75. Yeah, I'm gonna just focus on pushing the labor splendor. Let's just bring it all the way up. Okay, so now we can start activating these things. We've got a tier 3 labor privilege. I'm definitely going to do that one. That's my first thing that I am going to do. I'll continue my own. Okay, so let's see here. Privileges. What else can we do here? Labor building upkeep reduced. Newcomer ignores the happiness immigration factor. We can have one more concurring tax without penalty. I definitely want this one, but I'm thinking which one I should do first. The civic chores or the dutiful payers. Happiness effect is decreased by 25%. This is a good one because now I can boost the amount that I tax them without them getting upset, or too upset, that is. Well, let's just keep it like that for now. See, now it's only minus 3% happiness instead of minus 5. Tavern established. Oh, these people are so excited. Right, so taverner, we can assign 2 taverners and I think 2 brewers will do. We've got a well not too far from the tavern. I suppose we need to maybe add another door over here just to make it easier for the whole berry brew production. Yeah, let's just place it over there. Okay, it's really starting to look like a decent town. My church capacity is currently at 102 and we've got 104 people in town. So I can maybe look to extend another piece towards the side. Now I'm seeing here they definitely started building on the castle keep, but it's a far stretch for the people to walk, so maybe I can go ahead and add myself another builder's workshop right over here. And let's just assign another 3 workers. I think if we've got 9 builders for the current capacity where we're at, I think it would be just enough. The thing is, the resources are all laying over here, which is also a far distance for them to travel. That is the other problem. I'm going to just go ahead and build myself another tower. So I just want to make sure that it's pretty much the same height as the one that we've already got. So let's just check this out. Okay, there they are, more or less the same height now. And I think what I am going to do is I'm probably going to just go ahead and place a tower over here. This does give these houses light fortification. And the entrance, yeah, let's make the entrance like that. Okay, let's go for it. So with my trading, it's going really well at this stage. Just by upgrading at one level has already made such a big difference. We just want to really get this labor splendor up as quick as possible. So now we are at 119. Okay, I'm getting very close to just unlocking that city fortifications. And this is really the cheapest way to improve your labor splendor. We can add maybe a few decorative items here to the tavern. I suppose that will also help. Yeah, I kind of like these windows. I want to maybe do more of these. Yeah, they look nice. There we go. Right, so from here I'm going to just let the coin accumulate a little bit more, and then I'm going to add the final few rose bushes to get us up to that 150 labor splendor. So from there we can unlock the city market also, which I think is going to be very important for me to place this here, the city market that is, because the city market allows us to get storage also. And so that will help me to just utilize this middle space the best way I can. And I don't have to build all of these bulky storages here at the bottom. It's going to just distribute the goods also that much easier. Yeah, they're saying here that the employment is low. I suppose that is true. Let's see what else we can add here to just create some extra employment. I think what we can do is build another iron mining camp. Alright, so because we do have very little of raw iron. Yeah, you can see all these spawning points here for the boars. It's so awesome. You know what I'm thinking is I'm going to place myself another forester over here. Let's place him right over there like so. And then I'm going to move all of these lumber camps. I want to move them a little bit further up. So that one can go there. Let's just build. Yeah, so all of these guys can move up. Let's do this. Okay, cool. Right, so at the later stage what we can do is we can clear this territory of trees. Even towards this side we can clear all of this. And we can then also utilize that either as sheep farms or cattle farms. I think that is what I'm going to do. Or maybe another wheat farm. I'll probably do another wheat farm. Okay, so we're getting those spears because we've got a keep now. I'm not going to do anything, as I've mentioned before. I'm going to just use my rose bushes to upgrade my way through the Kingdom Splendor. And I would just want a proper castle. I want to build a proper castle from the start. So I want to get up to 75 Kingdom Splendor at least, so that we can do this modest pieces. We can place all these modest pieces. And that just looks like a real castle. So then from there we can just systematically upgrade everything. They're taking forever with this tower. Let's just prioritize this quickly. I need those additional watchmen. But at least we've got a few commoners now. You can see the houses are looking nice here. And it does give us that extra little bit of tax, so which I'm happy with. 114 clothes. Oh my goodness, we can open up this other trade route to Middle. You see, because with Middle we can sell the berry brew. I can definitely sell that to them, and also the fish. And that reminds me, we need to add the berry brew here to the granary on this side. Now we've already started producing some berry brew. Okay, so we can then also use it as an exporting commodity. So let me just see where this berry brew, there we go. I'm gonna also say maybe when we're over 40, we can trade anything over 40. And then from there we can also look at building another fisherman's hut. Because now we've got 2 towns that can trade the fish. So we can have plenty of this. That's it. Here we go. And now the forester is up, and we're going to just color in all of the reforestation area. I'm going to kind of overlap with this one and just color it into around about here. I think I'm gonna not go too wild with this one and just do it like that. And we can add ourselves another 2 miners. We've got still 4 additional workers available. I'll make it 5. 2 patrollers, 1 watchman. That's all I'm going to do for now. And then we can add ourselves another fisherman. So the town really grew. I mean, we're now standing at 109 people in the town. I do need to make more work available, so you know what I'm thinking. Maybe I should add another wheat farm over here. But we've got so much bread now available. 150. Let's just see what the commoners. I want to see what they need. Is the weaver? He's a commoner, right? Okay, so you can see here that they do need 2 refined food, and they need entertainment. Now I haven't set the berry brew available yet. There we go. So they can start consuming the berry brew over here. This is something very important. I think a lot of people struggle with this, myself included. You don't get the entertainment unlocked until you choose a type of brew that you want to make available within the service counter. So you need a service counter within the tavern, and then you need to select either between the berry brew, the beer, or the wine. So obviously we're going to just go with the berry brew, and that will at least supply the commoners with that entertainment. Now before I set up another market stall, I think we must just accumulate that labor splendor up to the point where we can unlock the city market. I think I've got enough. I've almost got enough labor influence, but yeah, I think this is maybe the way to go, that we just build up that labor influence or the labor splendor so that we can then build that city market. I'm gonna just basically tear these little market stalls down then, and we're gonna just have one big centralized city market. I think it's gonna be so much more practical. It's gonna just be way more effective, and then we've got that storage space as well. But in any case, I think this is me for today. I've done quite a bit, I believe. And like I say, within the next episode, we will get to that point where we can get to the 150 splendor. I'm going to unlock the city market, and we're going to also start with the proper city fortifications. It's going to go around here, like so. I feel very tempted to bring the wall all the way around, but it's not going to happen like that. We'll probably bring it away around to, I would say, probably about here. This would probably be more realistic, building the wall all around like this. Yeah, and we're going to also get our castle, or at least get the parts up to the point, the splendor up to the point where we can start building our modest pieces. But in any case, thank you so much everybody for watching. If you are new, please do remember to subscribe, as well as press the bell notification button, then you can stay updated on this series and also other games that I do. I'll see you in the next one.
In a game of adventure and strategy, we make our mark. Axial gamer, building kingdoms from the dark. Together we rise, we conquer.